That's brings back lots of memories standing in this room here in the alarm there from the BBC sessions played over the speakers. Good days. So it's nice to hear that. And I said in the emails when we were planning these shows, we're going to theme the first part of the show, and I think tonight's theme is kind of more like a travel kind of theme. It's kind of just plucking it out of the air really, but it's I thought I'd share a few stories with these songs that I'm going to play for you tonight. And the first one I'm going to play is it's sort of really it's full of images that I remember from being a child growing up in Wales, and it sort of came about really, and there was a pivotal moment in the Alarm's career when we were called 17, and we were playing with Slim Jim Phantom's band, the Stray Cats, and Slim Jim is the owner of this club here. Good evening, my friend. How you doing?
Very good. Good to see you.
Just in time. You playing the songs yet? You can go in if you like. It's all right. I'm not Johnny Rotten. I won't spit at you. But yeah, we were playing with Slim Jim's band, the Stray Cats, and we had a big show planned with the Cats in the Marquee Club. And we thought this is the moment when all the record companies would see us and we'd get signed and everything. And we jump on stage at the Marquee and immediately run out and there's nobody there. You know, everyone who is there is in the bar in the back, so we didn't get to see anybody influential. And so it was a real crushing blow to us, and the Cats came on, the place was packed, and it was like seeing Elvis, seeing the Stray Cats. In those days, you know, it was the nearest thing you could imagine, and seeing, you know, Slim Jim jumping on the drum kit and Brian with his hair playing his guitar and Lee on the bass. It was incredible, and they had everything going for them, and we sat at the back of the venue feeling really sorry for ourselves, thinking, God, look at them, they're so great, we've got nothing happening. And we went back to sleep in a few of our friends' flats on the floor, apartments on the floor that night, and in the morning we woke up and I was getting the tube train into the centre of London to meet the guys to come back home to Wales. And on the tube was a guy with a newspaper, and it had that John Lennon had been assassinated in New York, and it was the days before the internet and 24 News, and it was a real shock to find out in that sort of way, just sitting on a tube train, about someone I loved so much had been taken out of the world. And we all sat in the back of the bus going back to our minibus going back to North Wales, and just listening to John, you know, the BBC sessions there we were listening to before. It was listening to Radio 1 on the BBC, and it was just John Lennon's music all day long. And I remember sitting in the back of the van on my own, really feeling sorry for myself, and none of us were saying anything, we were just listening to the radio. And I sat there and made a real resolve to change the way we made our music. And I thought, here's a guy, John Lennon, who dreamt of changing the world and stuck the pen in his heart and did whatever he had to do to get his message across. You know, good or bad, he just said who he was as an individual, and it hit home to me in that moment. Everything we would try to do up to that point had been just trying to make it and become famous and kind of like an X Factor, American Idol kind of thing. And so we stripped everything back when we got home and rebuilt from scratch. And the first night we played back with the Stray Cats after that show was actually in Liverpool, in Matthew Street, where the Beatles had started in the Cavern Club, and we played across the road with the Stray Cats. And it was under where the four lads who shook the world, John, Paul, George and Ringo, were. And it was an incredible, pivotal moment, and that's where I suppose my journey as a musician really started there, and trying to make an intelligent point across through songs and do something that meant something to people. So after all the years of playing music, it's great to have all you people here in with me tonight. You're like an extended family, so thanks for coming. And this one is where the journey started in my mind, and it's a song called These Moments in Time.
Nice.
I was born of 1959, that'll be the day that rock and roll died, far away on a dark and stormy night. Brought into the new decade, the 60s and the pearly gates, a hard rain fell and the the times forever changed. In the back of a car with the wind in our hair, speeding down the road going anywhere. Was it true we were really going nowhere? And 68 rang like a ricochet. The world arose to a nightmare day. Some people found their voice and the world to change. And one small step for man was one giant leap for mankind. How I wish we could walk that way tonight. On a Woodstock field in the heat of the night, rock and roll music defined the times. The sound of generations collide. These moments in time live on forever in my mind. Even though we've said goodbye, these moments in time live on forever in my mind. And the 70s king of rock and roll in Graceland's lost his throne. There won't be any comebacks tomorrow. No Elvis, Beatles or the Rolling Stones. Why they were taken away, God only knows. We formed a band, we were haunted by the ghosts. I remember it now like it was yesterday, playing those guitars at a frantic pace. Somehow we got lost along the way. These moments in time live on forever in my mind. Even though we've said goodbye, these moments in time live on forever in my mind. Streets in a taxi cab, a radio played an epitaph. Imagine the dream is over. Oh, I've been silent way too long. You never thought I knew what was going on. You probably think that you are in this song. The tragedies behind the dreams belie the truth and the honesty. I have seen the dirt and the glory.